Good afternoon. Yesterday we talked about the molecular orbital theory. Means how molecular orbitals are formed by the combination of atomic orbitals and how electrons are distributed in different molecular orbitals obeying above principle, Hund's rule and Pauli exclusion principle. We also talked about the formation of molecular orbital by the overlap of the atomic orbital. We discussed about the linear combination of atomic orbital, that is the additive combination and subtractive combination, and forming bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital. In bonding molecular orbital, we have observed that electron density between two nuclei combining together is increased by the overlap of the atomic orbital. In case of anti-bonding molecular orbital, electron density is decreased and energy of bonding molecular orbital is lower than energy of the atomic orbital, while energy of the anti-bonding molecular orbital is greater than atomic orbital. Now, one can ask, what are the conditions under which atomic orbital can overlap to much more extent, forming a strong bond or bonding molecular orbital? And what are the conditions in which atomic orbitals do not overlap to required extent, in which repulsion between nucleus is higher? So here we shall discuss about the condition. Now look here, condition of overlapping of atomic orbital. So just maximum overlapping takes place when the atomic orbitals are in the same symmetry. If the atomic orbitals are not in same symmetry, overlapping is not to the required extent. So this is the first condition. Overlapping those orbitals we are overlapping to form the molecular orbital, their symmetry must be same symmetry. Linear symmetry, suppose there is a formation of sigma bond, so linear combination like this is the linear overlapping, or you can say axial overlapping, axial. So both are in same symmetry. Similarly, s orbital in the same symmetry, they overlap together and form the molecular orbital, sigma molecular orbital formed by the s orbital. Similarly, you can say there is a overlap of the s orbital and p orbital. In p orbital, there are three types of the p orbital: p, x, p, y, p, z. So which one of the all these three p orbital which will overlap upon s orbital. So conventionally pz orbital is supposed to be in the symmetry of the s orbital, and therefore s orbital, s atomic orbital and p atomic orbital, they overlap together and form the molecular orbital known as the sigma sp z. You can say sigma sp z orbital. So here second condition for the overlapping, energy of atomic orbital should be equal or nearly equal. Energy of all those atomic orbital which are equal, so far so good. If not equal, so it should be very near to each other. Energy of the overlapping orbital should be equal or nearly equal, because it is not possible for any orbital having much difference of energy. Suppose one s atomic orbital of one atom, two s atomic orbital of another atom will overlap together and form the bond. No, not possible. So in this way, it is necessary condition the energy of the overlapping orbital should be equal or nearly equal. So here this is the second condition in which overlapping of the orbital takes place. Here is a s orbital, s atomic orbital overlap to the pz orbital to form sigma bond, and s orbital do not overlap px and py orbital. Why? Why not overlap s orbital? Why s orbital does not overlap px or py orbital? See here, this is the s orbital and this is the px orbital. So this is the plus, plus means not charge, sign of the charge, no, it is the direction. So this is the plus plus overlapping here, and it is the plus and minus overlapping. So plus plus overlapping and plus minus overlapping cancel each other, and therefore overlapping which is required for bond formation is not achieved, and therefore bond is not formed by such type of the overlapping, and therefore we don't consider this type of the overlapping. Now let us explain all these, how overlapping of the different type of the atomic orbital can be explained. Just see, let us consider S type of the overlapping. This is the S orbital and this is the S orbital. S orbital of atom A, S orbital of atom B, and overlap for the molecular orbital. This type of the overlap. Similarly, this is the p orbital plus minus plus, this is p orbital of another atom, this is the atom A and this is the atom B, this is the plus and this is the minus. So here plus plus overlapping is possible to maximum extent, forming the sigma bond. So we can say this is the sigma bond, sigma bond. This is the negative, here negative, this is the negative. So this is the plus plus overlapping. So because symmetry is same and energy is nearly equal, and therefore such type of the overlapping is possible in pz orbitals. Here in case of SS orbital, suppose this is 1s orbital of atom A, 1s atomic orbital of atom B, energy are nearly same and they can overlap and form the molecular orbital. Similarly, pi molecular orbital can be also explained. Suppose this is the p orbital of the atom A and this is the p orbital of the atom B. This is the positive, this is the positive, this is the negative, negative. So if such type of the orbitals overlap together, what will happen? We can represent it like this. This is the overlapped space, or you can say like this. This is the pi molecular orbital. So in this way, you look here, positive, positive overlap, negative, negative overlap. If someone say that what will happen if there is a positive, negative overlap? Suppose we write here in this way, this is the positive, negative plus it is the negative and positive. What will happen? You will get this type of the result. This is the positive, this is the negative, this is the negative and this is the positive. So this is not the bonding molecular orbital. This is the anti-bonding molecular orbital because overlap is not up to the required extent. So in this way we can explain what type of the overlapping is responsible for forming the bonding molecular orbital and anti-bonding molecular orbital. So for better overlap of the atomic orbitals, overlapping atomic orbital should be in the same symmetry and should have equal or nearly equal energy. So in this way we can explain the overlapping of the atomic orbital. Now we have to explain application of MO theory, molecular orbital theory, in electronic configuration of the diatomic molecule. Diatomic molecule may be homo or may be hetero. For example, O2 molecule, homonuclear, N2 molecule, homonuclear, NO molecule, heteronuclear, CO molecule, heteronuclear, HCl molecule, heteronuclear, HF, heteronuclear. So in this way, there are two types of the diatomic molecule. One is the homonuclear, second is the heteronuclear. Now, we already know how there is a electronic configuration of electron in atomic orbitals, sp-df. sp-df is atomic orbitals, and we apply Hund's rule, Above principle and Pauli equation for the distribution of electron in the atom, not in molecule, in atom. But here we are not concerned with the electronic distribution in atom. We are concerned with the electronic distribution in molecular orbital, that is in molecule. So here we shall discuss here. So first of all, everyone should understand the order of energy of the different molecular orbitals. I have already told you there are two types of the molecular orbital: sigma pi bonding molecular orbital, sigma star pi star anti-bonding molecular orbital. So electron will enter into bonding as well as in anti-bonding molecular orbital. No one can say that electron will not enter in anti-bonding molecular. Anti-bonding molecular are molecular orbital. They are formed in the molecule. Only difference is energy of the anti-bonding molecular orbital is higher than energy of the bonding molecular orbital. Stability of the bonding molecular orbital is higher than stability of the anti-bonding molecular orbital. But the electron will be filled according to above principle, according to Hund's rule, according to Pauli's fusion principle. So, first of all, we have to understand the increasing order of the energy of bonding or anti-bonding molecular orbitals. So there are two orders. One up to N2 molecule, up to N2 molecule means hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon and nitrogen. H2, He2, Li2, Be2, boron B2, carbon C2, nitrogen N2. So the order is this one: sigma 1s less than sigma star 1s less than sigma 2s less than sigma star 2s less than pi 2px equal to pi 2py less than sigma 2pz less than pi star 2px बराबर pi star 2py less than sigma star 2pz. So this is the order. But this increasing order, this is the increasing order of molecular orbital with respect to their energy. Now second order. This is the order. It is followed by all molecules up to nitrogen. But this order is not followed by molecules after nitrogen, that is oxygen, fluorine or other molecules, they do not follow this order. So what is the second order? B. After N2 molecule, after N2 molecule. The order is like this: sigma 1s less than sigma star 1s less than sigma 2s less than sigma star 2s less than sigma 2pz. Here just see, here up to nitrogen molecule, pi molecular orbital, they have less energy in comparison to sigma 2pz. But after nitrogen molecule, oxygen, fluorine, etc., the order is changed. Sigma 1s less than sigma 1s star, sigma 2s less than sigma 2s star. This is the bonding, anti-bonding, bonding, anti-bonding. This is the bonding molecular orbital. It is less than pi 2px equal to pi 2py less than pi star 2px equal to pi star 2py less than sigma star 2pz. So this is the order for oxygen molecule, chlorine molecule, fluorine molecule. Similarly, if you consider elements of the third period, you can also apply this order, and this order is known as Aufbau principle. So the order is according to Aufbau principle. You can't change it. You have to follow it. If you make any mistake in obeying this order of the energy, certainly electronic configuration will be wrong. So clearly you have to understand that according to Aufbau principle, this is the order of molecular orbital with respect to increasing energy up to nitrogen molecule. After nitrogen molecule, this order should be followed. Now, I will explain the different electronic configuration. For example, let us consider electronic configuration of the nitrogen molecule. So here I write electronic configuration of the nitrogen molecule. So how we can represent electronic configuration of the nitrogen molecule? So electronic configuration of N2 molecule. N2 molecule. N2 molecule, it is a molecule. Now atomic orbital has been lost. So we have not to enter electron in atomic orbital, no. We have to fill electron in molecular orbital, that is either sigma or sigma star or pi star. So see here nitrogen. How many electron? 7 electron in nitrogen atom and 7 electron in another atom. So total number of electrons in nitrogen molecule 14. 14 electrons in nitrogen molecule. How these electrons are distributed in different molecular orbitals, that is the problem. So here sigma 1s 2 electrons. According to Pauli exclusion principle, no molecular orbital can have more than 2 electrons. So here maximum capacity of sigma 1 is 2. So there is a 2 there are 2 electrons. Sigma star 1s 2 electrons. Sigma 2s 2 electrons. Sigma star 2s 2 electrons. Here pi 2px equal to pi 2py. Energy of the pi molecular orbital formed by the overlapping of the 2px and 2py orbital both are same, and therefore we write here energy of pi 2px equal to energy of the pi 2py. So here we shall enter the electron 2, look here 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There are rest 2 electrons. So you can put here sigma 2p z2. So total number of electrons, count it, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 14. So all 14 electrons in molecular orbital, they are distributed in different molecular orbital, either bonding or anti-bonding. So you have to only follow the order of the molecular orbital. If you change the order, certainly electronic configuration will be wrong. So this is the order according to above principle. So this is the electronic configuration of the nitrogen molecule. Now if someone asks you that what is the electronic configuration of N2 molecule, ion, this is the molecule ion. So what shall be order? Just you told that up to nitrogen molecule there are 14 electrons, and after 14 electrons or after nitrogen molecule the order is changed. So what about such type of the molecule ion having 15 electrons? Just see, it is the 15 electron. But you have to mind that the order is not changed because first of all molecule is formed, then ion is formed. So what is the order followed by the molecule that will exist in case of that ion also? So this above order will also exist in nitrogen molecule ion, and therefore we can distribute 15 electron like this: sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, pi 2px equal to pi 2py, sigma 2pz2. Now what happened? Now just after sigma 2pz, you will find that pi star 2px equal to pi star 2py, 1 electron here and 0 electron here. Now in this way, you can distribute electrons in nitrogen molecule as well as in nitrogen molecule ion. Similarly, you can write the electronic configuration of this molecule ion. There are 16 electrons. One can think about that there are 16 electrons. It must have electronic configuration similar to oxygen molecule. No, not at all. The order is this one, not the order followed by the oxygen molecule. So how we can write sigma 1s2, sigma star 1s2, sigma 2s2, sigma star 2s2, pi 2px equal to pi 2py, sigma 2pz and pi star 2px equal to pi star 2py 1 and 1. If someone say that, sir, there is a 1 electron here, no electron in this one, in this case, may I write here like this? 2 electron and then 0 electron? No, it is wrong because it does not follow Hund's rule. You have to follow Hund's rule, that is the maximum multiplicity rule. Maximum multiplicity rule means जब तक कि कोई भी ऑर्बिटल एक एक इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं भर जाता है तब तक पेयरिंग नहीं होगी. Clear बात. So you have to put one electron here, one electron here. So in this way you can explain the different electronic configuration of nitrogen molecule or nitrogen molecule. And thank you very much.